Well, when Bobby called to tell me about the award, I was, of course, totally thrilled and started smiling, and I'm still smiling today. I also think Margaret Brent would be smiling, if not probably laughing, if she could see what she had unwittingly kicked off so many years ago. I know she would agree with Florence Allen, the first woman to serve on the federal bench, who said, "Neither forget nor remember, you are a woman." That counsel reminds us that we are all partners in the creation of justice in a country that rightly prides itself in its devotion to the rule of law. Justice is, however, more than just laws and stare decisis. It is our evolving sense of community, of what is fair and equitable. This award is a tribute to those who have paved the way for equality and justice. According to an African proverb, if we stand tall, it's because we stand tall on the shoulders of those who came before us. It is those shoulders that I celebrate today. Now, when I started practicing law, there were very few women in corporate law firms, and this now common term, glass ceiling, was not even in our lexicon. So imagine my surprise when I showed up for work the first day at my law firm and I was asked, "Are you the new Xerox operator?" And I said no, but I'd be happy to copy your papers, and I just kept on moving from there. But that first day was not emblematic of Perkins Coie, a firm that was willing to embrace change and that gave me love, support, and opportunity for almost 25 years. I started trying cases my first year, and I never quit. The firm was like a family, with Dave Andrews gently nudging me toward the ABA activities, Bill Gould patiently editing my briefs and trying cases with me, and Harry Schneider, Dave Berman, and other litigation partners collaborating on cases, and all of us conspiring on how we could keep the firm changing. And I especially loved that early group of women whom we called the Portias. We still get together for lunches, dinners, and even sleepovers at this late date. I've found that support to and from women has been such an important part of my life. I also learned that it can land you in hot water. My nomination to the bench was held up for almost 3 years because of my work with the ABA and on civil rights and women's rights cases and issues, including, incredibly, the Ninth Circuit Gender Bias Task Force. Who knew this would be a stumbling block late in the 20th century? But I stand by my view. It's best to weave a life that exhibits and shows your passions, not just the expectations of others. My good fortune to stand on the shoulders of others really began at home with my mother and father. They believed in me, and they let me know I could do whatever I needed or wanted to do, but that there was no substitute for hard work. I know they'd be thrilled to be here today and to see this crowd, but I must say I know my mother would be thinking, did she use the right fork? I've also been fortunate to stand on the shoulders of some great American public servants who embraced change and who were critical to my career. Senator Cliff Hansen from Wyoming, who took me in as a college student, but when I figured out that the boys were upstairs doing policy and I was downstairs doing the typing, he actually did a quick turnaround, and soon I was upstairs doing policy and the boys were downstairs doing the typing. Frances Hesselbein, executive director of the Girl Scouts, who taught that equal opportunities for girls are essential, and I am so proud to have seen the Girl Scouts lead the procession today. John Gardner, founder of the White House Fellows Program, who inspired me to follow public service. And to those on my court, Judges Betty Fletcher and Mary Schroeder, both award winners and dedicated colleagues. There's no substitute for the gift of time, and time is what all of these people have given me. In my small way, I've tried to give that back, whether to high school students who want a career in law, to young lawyers who need an encouraging word in a very difficult economic and work environment, or to lawyers along the way who want to know that you can follow the path that suits you, not the path that somebody wants you to follow. But most of all, I've been blessed with a family of clerks. By now, I have almost 50 clerks who are central to the role of our court and to my chambers. Believe me, there is no substitute for youthful brilliance challenging you every day that you show up for work. And of course, I wouldn't be honest if I didn't tell you that also very, very central to my role as a judge are my judicial assistants, Wendy Brick, Karen Dews, and Sharon Babani, who are here. You know the expression, it takes a village? Well, in my case, apparently it took an entire country. So I have those to thank from Washington, D.C. to Washington State to California for nominating and supporting me for this award. My very good friend, Pam Bresnahan, who put forth the nomination with characteristic grace and tenacity, along with judges Lee Edmond, Nancy Atlas, and Mike Hawkins. Tom Hayward, Lou Pritchard, Tom Fitzpatrick, the Washington State ABA delegation, San Diego women lawyers, and many, many more. I am here because of them, and I can't thank them enough. You know, the other part of this award that's been so wonderful is to connect with classmates and friends around the country. And it gives me special, special pleasure to see so many of you here today. Some of my friends have come up from San Diego, they've flown down from Seattle, come from Washington, D.C. and Chicago. They're my tennis partners, my hiking partners, my spa partners, and my partners in fun, and I really, really appreciate them all coming today. Like everyone here, I couldn't be here without my family. My sister Pat, who is also a lawyer and a former legislator, and her husband, who came from Wyoming. My husband Peter, an accomplished academic and dean at the University of California in San Diego, is my partner in every way. He's my best friend, my moral compass, my muse, and my partner in child rearing. We're the proud parents of Haruka, a newly minted University of Chicago graduate. And through years of commuting from Seattle to San Diego, Peter held down that post of chief chef of the household, along with many, many other duties. And it all has made it possible for me to achieve as much as I have. So Peter, I love you and I thank you. But wait, we almost didn't get married. I was in the middle of a very long antitrust trade secret trial. It had gone on for several months, and it ran right up to the deadline of my wedding. Friday afternoon, before the wedding, the judge advised that the case had gone on entirely too long, and we would need to meet on Saturday to do the jury instructions. So I blurted out, "Your Honor, I can't do that. I'm getting married tomorrow." And without missing a beat, the judge said, "Miss McKeown, is this your first marriage?" I said, "Yes, Your Honor." The judge then said we would reconvene on Monday instead of Saturday. So sometimes even the judge gets it right, and we're celebrating 25 years of marriage this summer. So I thank all of you who've given me their shoulders, and I ask you to provide a hand or a shoulder for those down the road. Women in the law have made much progress, but we do have far to go. I have a plaque on my desk that says, "When you're out on a limb, the world is at your feet." I can't help but think Margaret Brent would have agreed. Thank you for this honor.